Hi, I'm Gaz Morris and Fair Deal, and I'm sitting with Steve Smith from Marshall Amps, and today we're talking about the Code range of amplifiers made by Marshall. Steve.
Yes, so this is kind of a different thing for Marshall. We are known for our, classic all-valve amps.
Yeah.
These are 100% digital.
Okay,
So that's the big difference.
that was saving on valves.
There you go. So difference being, digital amps are more controllable volume-wise.
Yeah.
They kind of sound the same wherever you set the volume, and you can have a lot more going on in a digital amp. So I guess the difference is when you look at this, you can see a screen and lots more buttons.
Yes.
So
a lot more lights as well.
yeah. So this is the perfect all-in-one solution. So if you just want an amp you can plug straight into and have different types of amps, different types of amp sounds, I should say. Digital effects, all that kind of stuff, all built into one unit, and the Code's perfect for you.
Is this for the bedroom or is this for live?
Both, to be honest with you. There's lots of different sizes with these. So the one thing I will say is whether you get the smallest Code, which is the 25, or the biggest, the 100, or any of the ones in between, the brain is the same.
Okay, that's good.
So if you've got the little one, you don't get any less effects or amp models or anything like that.
So it's just the wattage.
Yeah,
just
a
price
size.
point.
Yeah, exactly. So if you just want a bedroom practice amp, you can get the 25, okay, which is actually pretty loud for a little 25 watt amp anyway. But if you want to go and play arenas, you can get this 100 watt version, and you've got the 50.
Yeah, 50. The speakers with these?
Okay, so they're custom speakers which are made for the Code range, basically. And the Code 25 has a 10-inch.
10-inch again.
There we go. The 50 is a 112. There's a combo version of the 100 which is a 212, and then obviously this one is the head with the 412.
And this is a Code 412, it's not just a...
It's a Code 412.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
So again, the speakers are designed, they are guitar speakers, but they are designed to be a little bit more transparent for the cabinet emulation, which we'll go into a little bit more detail on that in a minute. So me and you are plugged straight into these, but we're getting effects and all that kind of thing. Everything coming from here.
With the range amplifiers, like other amplifiers in this range, can you Bluetooth music through it?
Yeah.
And play along to it?
Yeah. So if you get your tablet or your smartphone, you can download the Marshall Gateway app, which is completely free, and that allows you to play music. So it'll come out the amp and you can jam along to your favourite tracks. Yeah. One cool thing the app does do, you can slow down music as well without changing the pitch. So if you're trying to learn a phrase or you're practicing something,
pain for years.
Yes, and you can edit all your sounds. You can create your own presets. You can do that on the amp anyway, on the panel. But to be honest, it's a little bit quicker on the app. It's a bit more intuitive and user friendly. But you can also, as well as having the amps presets stored physically on there, you can have the apps presets.
So if you were at a gig where they had those, but you hadn't brought your amplifier, you could actually load up your sound from your amplifier via your phone.
There's two ways of doing it. You can either just connect with Bluetooth and actually play them from your phone through the amp. So when you disconnect and walk away, the amp goes back to how it was.
Oh, that's cool.
Or you can actually just physically store them onto there. Which I'd advise actually, because if your battery goes flat during the gig, then it goes back to the stock presets.
That's pretty cool.
That'd
help.
And what I would suggest as well, if somebody's interested in buying a Code, download the app anyway, because you can see what's in there. It will give you all the amp models and all that kind of stuff, so you can have a look around.
So it's not actually another amplifier, does it? So it lets you have a look at the amplifier before you buy it. That's pretty cool.
No, it is cool. So as well as the app, actually, there's a dedicated website for Code, which is called mymarshall.com.
Okay.
And again, what that allows you to do is you can connect your amp with the USB on there, and you can try out lots of other presets.
Oh, that's wicked. So if you've got a sound there, that sounds great. I could go home and nick it.
Yeah, basically.
Download
you
it. Oh,
you
cool.
create an account. Again, it's all free. You can upload your sounds to share them.
Okay.
Download other people's. Try different sounds out. There's extra Marshall sounds on there as well.
That's cool.
And also you can rearrange your library and all that kind of stuff. So it is really flexible. But if I'm scaring anyone away that's actually scared of technology, you don't have to do any of that to get all the features of the amp. You can do it all on the panel. You don't have to own a phone or anything like that. Some other companies, you need a device to be able to do all of the editing. You don't have to do that at all. So straight out the box, you get 100 sounds and it's 100 presets.
Wow. Okay.
So you can create your own as well. What I'd suggest doing is just find something close to what you want to
And then
use.
bend it to your liking.
Yeah.
So what is in there, apart from obviously clean and dirty sounds? Let's just set the basic. What is actually in there as well?
Okay, so we'll start with the effects first. Okay, so you've got basically 24 different effects. Okay, so we've got the pre-effects first. Okay, and what that is stomp box type stuff like compressor, overdrive, there's an auto wah, that kind of thing. Then you've got modulation effects, that's where like your flanges, your phasers, you know, that kind of stuff. Then reverbs and delays.
So there's a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah, they're your 4 effects.
And all those are editable.
Yeah,
Is that
absolutely
editable?
Yeah. I know what you mean anyway.
Edible.
And separate from that, you've got what I refer to as the amp section, if you like. So you've got the preamp, which is one block, the power amp, and then the cabinet type. Okay. So it allows you to mix and match things you can't actually do on a real amp if you want to really get geeky about it. So there's 14 different types of preamp.
Okay, wow.
So there's like classics like JCM 800 preamp, Silver Jubilee, JVM channels, that kind of thing. I'm sure I'm missing some really obvious ones, plexis. There's also the other stuff like the American clean sounds and the other British kind of combo-y kind of sound in there.
Notice we mentioned no names.
Yes. So there's 14 in total preamps. But then you've got 4 different types of power amp.
Okay.
So we've gone for the big 4 really. So we've gone for an EL84 based power section. There's the EL34 100 watt power amp section. What else? 6L6 type, so more an American power amp section. And then there's also the power section which is like a 5881 30 watt, which is kind of mimicking the Blues Breaker power section. Again, people might be thinking, what's the difference between preamps and power amps? If you don't know or you ain't got a clue, that's why I say just find a preset you like and tweak the general EQ.
You can't hurt it, can you?
No, that's what I mean. But the preamp is kind of the initial input of the guitar signal, which colours the sound quite a lot. Then the power amp section is the bit that drives the speaker after. So the different output valves have a certain percentage of coloration
at different volumes. I'm with you.
Yeah, and then the other one is the cabinet. So there's 8 different types of cab in there. So again, there's more choice than you'll probably need for the average player.
The thing is to use your ears.
Yeah.
Whichever sounds good to you.
Yeah. So if we scroll through the different cabs in there, you'll see them. They're labelled like 1960 or 1936 or 1936V. People go, I don't know what any of those are. They're all named after Marshall cabs basically. So you might have to do a bit of homework on that. So which one's which? So the way I put it is you've got 4x12s, 2x12s, and 1x12s in there. Simple as that. And then there's vintage and modern versions of each one. Just use your ears, like you say. Pick the one you like the sound of.
Well, some people's ears are good.
Yeah.
I don't mind.
So there's a ton of flexibility in there, but again, that's if you want to go down that route. Say you might not want to, you might just want to find a preset you like, do a bit of basic tweaking with the EQ.
And you can store that then?
You can store that. So the way to do it is literally there's 100 preset sounds and you can overwrite any of those.
Okay. So
come up with your own. A lot of people might say, well, I might want to keep my original presets in there, the stock ones, as well as my own. That's when I'd say we'll use the AMP app as well, because you can actually have 2 separate libraries.
Oh, that's cool.
So effectively you could have 200 sounds.
Impressive,
For most players, that's bonkers.
Yeah.
I don't want to offend anyone, but if you need 200 sounds for a gig, maybe. Could be a little excessive, maybe. Like, the average player uses probably about 4 or 5, I think. But again, it's there if you want it.
And show me some of the sounds this thing can do.
Okay.
What presets are about.
Yeah, so like I say, these are stock presets straight out of the box. I'm just going to start from the very beginning on preset 0.
Okay.
So I said there's 100 presets, they start at 0. So don't think yours is broke if it only goes to 99. Just in case.
That's a point. Is it true that all Marshalls go to 11?
Okay. No.
Okay.
It's not true.
Okay.
But volume wise,
They do.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just wondered. We carry on. Sorry.
Okay. Right. So, preset 0, based on a JTM 45,
Okay.
the classic
Yeah.
first Marshall ever built. Set clean, just gives us this. Just a straight on. Very honest, clean bit of reverb.
Yeah.
Next one, clean again, but a bit more of a glassy kind of clean, because it's the American clean, with some more effects this time as well. So, got some more delay.
Delay and reverb. Yeah.
Yeah, so. Then getting slightly more dirty, the 1962, based on, well, it is the blues breaker sound, made famous by a certain guitar player.
It'll come to me.
Yeah, okay.
That's probably very authentic.
Yeah, and then I'll go for something a little heavier. There we go. This is like a plexi kind of cranked kind of thing. So.
So I'm right in saying with that sound, say if you had an overdrive you like to put in the front of there that is in there, you could add that to it.
Yes, yeah. So on the panel, we can see what's active with these lights. Okay, so there's a preamp, reverb, power amp, and cabinet type. So I can click pre-effect, turn that on by pressing it once. If I hold it down, it then goes into edit mode and the screen actually changes.
And you've got pages of different types.
Yeah, basically. So I can kind of select the type of effect that I want on there. So compressor, distortion pedal, auto wah, or pitch shifter.
Oh, wow.
And then once I'm in, for example, once I'm in the distortion pedals, I can click again to the type or mode, and it gives me like a generic kind of distortion pedal sound.
Okay.
And then an overdrive kind of sound, but then there's a governor in there as well.
So that would save you having to use the pedal as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking sort of you could have that as sound 1 and sound 2 could be duplicated but with that pedal in.
Yes.
And lift them in volume as well for.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You can do
There's
some
my
cool
2 cents.
things. You can get an extra. You can buy an extra foot switch for these, which I'll go into in a little minute. So there's little ways around that as well.
Okay.
Instead of having to create new presets, you can just add effects in and out with the foot
That's
switch.
cool. Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, can add extra effects, and sticking with editing. Let's say I want to add a delay to that. So there's just reverb at the moment. Turn the delay on, and then I've got a delay already. But if I want to edit that delay, again, hold it, and it gives me the delay options then.
And I'm right in thinking by hearing that delay is manufactured to be after the preamp.
Yes.
So to distort as we're talking
Yes.
of a video.
Yeah, exactly that. So at the moment it's set to studio delay, but again I can use the editor control to change the type of delay. There's 4 different types of delay. There's studio, vintage, multi-delay, and reverse delay. And then I can
Plenty.
click through all the parameters, so delay time, the feedback, which is the amount of repeats, that kind of thing, the tone of delay, the level, that kind of stuff's in there. Once I've done all of that, you see that light on the end there, this store button is blinking. That's telling me I've made a change to that preset.
Okay.
If I just click that once and exit, and then let's say I change preset, and then go back, it'll go back to how it was before.
Okay.
So if I want to store it, I need to hold it down, and then confirm that I want to store it. So you follow the on-screen instructions, You can rename it as well.
Oh, cool.
So you can call it Gaz Rhythm, Gaz Lead,
Yep.
that sort of thing. That's if your name's Gaz. It works for you.
Is it me?
Yeah. If you're not Gaz, you want to call it something else.
Yeah. Gaz.
So you know, you can totally personalise the sounds,
Oh, okay.
add names, that kind of thing.
All the way through the presets.
Yeah,
If you
yeah,
need.
all of them.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's cool.
yeah. Like I say, if you don't want to use the panel, you can do it all on your phone anyway. So if you're feeling really lazy and the amp's on one side of the room and you're sat on the other side of the room, lying on the bed with the guitar, you can do it all remotely,
Awesome.
which is very cool.
My kind
So-
of editing.
Well, yeah. As far as using these live, like I say, this particular one, the 100, comes with a foot switch, which allows you to go up and down the 100 presets.
Okay.
You can also buy for any of the codes, whether it's this one or the smaller ones, an extra foot switch, which is basically got 4 buttons.
Yeah.
What that allows you to do is basically recall any 30 presets.
Okay.
Okay, so you can't get all 100 from the foot switch,
Yeah.
so but 30 sounds per gig again is plenty.
Yes.
I should think so.
Yeah.
So you can basically store any of the presets to any bank or any number on the foot switch. So what's cool about that is you don't have to have preset 1 on the foot switch as preset 1 on here.
Okay. Then.
You can assign preset 50 to be number 1
Yeah.
on there. Then once you're on a preset, you can basically change mode to switch mode, which then allows you to turn effects on and off. So you saying earlier you can
I'm
add,
with you.
you can add a distortion pedal instead of having a
Wasting of a patch.
Yeah.
Just bring that.
exactly. Or you might want to turn a delay on and off. You can also get to the tuner with the foot switch. There's a built-in tuner on here, which again I can get to on here by clicking these 2 buttons, which say tuner and brings up the tuner on the screen.
Just saving money all the time.
That's it.
Throwing pedals away there.
All you
Don't
need
need
is this.
them. Yeah.
All you need is this and a guitar.
Yeah.
So yeah, the foot switch allows a lot more flexibility playing live.
But the great thing about it is if you're in a covers band doing different types of music, from I don't know, Thin Lizzy to the Eagles,
Yeah.
there's your amp, because you can store.
Yes.
This is where your 30 patches will come in, see, because you can store almost a song
Yeah. Yeah.
per sound, so you would get the right sound for that song.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah. Like I say, I've even seen people use these with the iPad on a stand on stage, sort of just scrolling through all the sounds and that kind of stuff.
Oh, wicked.
Which, you know, if you want to do that, that's fine, but you don't need to.
No.
It's kind of cool if you got it there.
And the only difference between that, the 25 and the 50, is the fact wattage, and this is a head and a cap as opposed
Yes.
to a combo.
Yeah. A lot of people think, you know, if you get the 25, you get less effects, less sounds. It's exactly the same. Exactly the same thing.
Really cool.
So again, there's a couple of other things on here. We've got the socket for the foot switch there. Headphone out. Just want to nice and quiet.
Yeah.
There's an aux in if you just want to actually connect, you know,
Device
a
into it,
device to play
A
music
record
through.
player.
If you don't want to do the
Or
Bluetooth
your 8
thing,
track.
yeah. The USB on there is for software updates on here,
Okay.
or connecting to the My Marshall thing. If you want to, go through that. And then you can also, if you're into digital recording, you can connect that straight into your computer and use this as a sound card and
Oh wow,
record direct.
that's cool.
as well, which is kind of good. Yeah, and a lot of people then ask, if I've got, my own cabinet emulation, that kind of thing, do I have to use the stuff on here? And you don't. You can turn anything off. So if I want some cab sounds which are on my, I don't know, if I've got some IRs or something, I can use those instead.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
So it's really flexible, really light. It's all digital. They're really portable.
We like that.
Yeah. Like I say, going back to what I said earlier, it's just an all-in-one solution. If you want to plug straight in, get loads of effects, tons of different sounds, and this is perfect.
Love it. Sounds great. Let's play some more.
Let's do it. Okay, shall I play a bit? Let you do a bit of lead.
Oh God, blimey, my age.
You're plugged into the 50-watt combo.
say thank you very much and I hope we pass the audition.
Excellent.